You're listening to Hackneyed, a weekly podcast where my friend Skye Lion...
Sorry to bring up the gender inequality gap once again.
...and I was like, are you f***ing kidding me? Let me pee. Get to know each other better while sharing stories and lessons learned while living in London's trendiest borough.
But if you're sick of Gay Misc, how do you think all the f***ing listeners who aren't part of Gay Misc and don't know what Gay Misc feel?
I'm your co-host and rusty car enthusiast, Aidyn Gilbert. Nice try, bitch. Along the way, we'll discuss our world's hottest topics.
Called Cyril Raymond. He's in a very famous film called Brief Encounter.
And of course, the latest chart toppers.
It's getting late. I need a singer. Is that her?
Haven't had enough of Hackneyed podcast yet? Well, we've now gone video. Stream our gorgeous faces in crystal clear HD on YouTube and Spotify video. Okay, yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, have a look at me.
Oh,
Just look at me. Just look at me. Behold me.
got me. Okay.
Just behold me, Skye.
Oh my.
I don't want to be beholden.
That is funny. See you, baby.
Great.
I see you.
I see you, baby. Shaking that ass. Shaking that. Do you know that song?
Yeah. How's the coffee?
It's coffee. Yeah.
Try it.
It's a little milky, but you know, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Can't have it all.
The beans are fresh.
What did you order?
An oat latte.
Welcome back to the pod.
Welcome back to which camera? Welcome back to Hackneyed, guys. Oh my God, we're back in Leighton.
I want to say.
She's really having fun today.
I wanted to say, welcome back to the pod.
This better be good.
Ladies. Welcome back to the pod, ladies and germs. I'm done.
Okay. So
It's not even going to be funny in the
Angela
explanation.
Hinson, circa 2005, is here.
Who's Angela Hinson?
My friend's mom growing up used to say that. In the back of her Subaru Forester. You're dying.
That made me.
In case anyone was unsure of the genre of this podcast, it is a comedy podcast. Every time people ask me what the podcast is about, I'm like, I get a little self-conscious because I'm like, how do I make this not sound like the most indulgent piece of shit? I can't remember who it was, but someone was like, I said to someone, it's like, oh my gosh, you've heard of Hackneyed? And then someone else went, of course, he's heard of the borough of Hackney. And I was like, no, that's my podcast.
It's my podcast.
Yeah. Who was it? I don't know.
We've been trending on TikTok. A little bit.
6,000 views. Over
I
6,000
would
views.
say I'm getting trolled.
It's equal parts.
No, because I didn't know about cock. I mean, it stands. Guys, I'm sorry, I just haven't gone out much this week.
Yeah, she's been in the house.
The highlight of my week was our quiz.
Do you want to tell them about the quiz?
It was so fun. It was in Leighton. And
was nice.
I would say it was like the perfect level of easy and hard.
Yeah.
We all had our moments. Nobody could spell.
Yeah,
was a
that
problem.
was
But it was fun.
It was really, I genuinely had so much, and you know what, I've lived in the UK since 2018. I've never properly done a pub quiz. I've like,
Babe, you should have said it was your first time.
I'm shy. I think I'd
have told the woman to make an announcement. You were good at coming up with the team name, even though you'd never done it before.
I'm a natural improviser.
What happened after the quiz that you said you followed someone on Instagram?
Kate, I know you're still, spinning your wheels on episode 2 at the moment, but you haven't followed me back on Instagram, have you?
So this is funny because I don't think Kate follows Julia back on Instagram either.
Well, Julia, you know who the favorite friend is then, don't you? You weren't invited to the quiz. Kate doesn't follow you on Instagram. Sounds like they're shutting you out here, girl. You come to me, okay? You come to Papa. We'll figure it out.
You know what I mean? Also, suddenly just noticed you are tanned.
Well, I was in Athens, wasn't I?
Babes, you look good.
Thanks, honey. I didn't do full like skin damage tan this time. I did like I actually
That's not a tan. That's burn.
I actually put sunscreen on and stayed under our little like UV thing.
Yeah, you look good.
Thank you.
We can finally talk about Athens because that was the thing. You came round to record the pod.
Yeah, so I came around on Wednesday evening and there we had a little snafu.
Yeah, because I stuck a cloth up the overspill pipe of my washing machine, obviously, and my landlady randomly sent her brother round at 6 p.m. without warning, which I'm grateful for, but did kind of derail the pod. And I was having a good hair day, which is annoying, better than today.
You weren't having a great
Mood day.
Yeah, you were clawing at the
I did go for you. So basically, I never speak to my landlady because I'm a great tenant. She phoned me and then she was like, just so you know, like my mortgage is coming up for renewal. I'm not saying you have to commit to like anything, but I'm just wondering like, where are you at? After the call, I was like, should I just buy it?
just casually buy a flat.
Then I just like float the idea to Aidyn and he goes, you don't want to buy this place. And for some reason, I saw red.
And she span on her heel.
I was over there, I remember.
Over in the kitchen. I'm over here setting up the tripod for her camera. And she spins on her heel and she goes with like anger in her eyes.
What do you mean I don't want to buy this? What am I going to do then?
Yeah, I remember the what am I going to do? Or like, what am I going to buy? And the thing is, I feel like because I have been editing us having
my
fights
anger
quite
out
a bit recently, that I'm really desensitized to angry Skye.
That is quite good.
So I looked at you doing like thundercloud face at me and I was
so
like,
bad.
Are you serious right now?
I'm sorry. It wasn't about you.
I know exactly. That's why
You didn't deserve it.
I didn't take it personally at all because it was so comedic.
Also, in short, I'm not going to buy the flat because I think I could just buy it and then I would literally have nothing and I'd be trapped here forever. And as much as I want to be like Leighton's up and coming, because it is, I don't think I need to be trapped here forever.
No. That's why I said...
A little too no.
That's why I can't have you stuck in Leighton for the rest of our lives.
No.
All right, shall I tell you about Athens?
Finally.
Let's do it. Okay. No, what do you want to say?
I was going to say for a joke, I'd rather talk about Cyprus, but we'll get on to that.
We'll get to fucking Cyprus.
Or will we? Nope, not invited.
Theo is in... Oh, God, how the f*** do you pronounce it?
Oh, such a good question.
It's like Voliagmeni. Voliagmeni. What was it? If I'm going to be old Greek man, I have to go...
The little thing between your legs.
Apparently, this is very, like, grumpy old Greek man is to go... I don't know. I could be entirely wrong. But no, it was fabulous.
Appropriating, carry on.
Aidyn, stop appropriating. You know, every day was just sunbathing by the beach, and then you'd come back to the house and you'd shower and put a nice outfit on and have dinner in Athens and go out dancing.
It sounds dreamy.
It was beautiful. Saturday night, we had one of the best dinners of my life.
Tell me everything.
They had like beautiful tuna, pork on the bone, and like this gorgeous, bread. They brought out bread that was like some kind of beautiful sourdough that was so fresh it was like would break open in your hands.
Steam.
Yeah. and then like olive oil and a little bit of like sun-dried tomato and something else and caper and you'd like
was like all the food really good? Because that's how I imagine
all the
Greece.
food was really good. I mean, the thing is like this Saturday night dinner was probably the best one. You could tell that it was a restaurant a little bit in like the back streets, but it had like they're trying to go a little bit more East London with their sort of Shoreditch-y.
Yes.
But, and it was so cheap. It was like I think we met up with some other friends of Theo's that night, so it was like maybe 8-ish of us, maybe 9, and it was 28 euros per person for like multiple liters of wine, tons of entrees and sides.
I need to check when Robbie Williams is in Athens. I do really want to go. I understand Theo doesn't want to go with me, that's fine.
Theo was a wonderful host. Thank you very much, Theo, even though you always trash on this podcast and you don't listen. He was a very nice host. We had a great time. There's any other good stories? I'm trying to think.
You said there was one really good story, but you couldn't tell me because we were saving it for the pod.
So then we're out at dinner on Friday night and we leave the restaurant and we're we're sort of like, we're ready to go. We're going to have fun tonight. And then as we're walking down the street, just more and more of this group of like Clapham gays just start appearing out of the mists. And we're like, oh God, here we go. But then amongst them is someone who I would not associate with them at all, which is Alfie, who I had like a throwaway line about in the Andy ep where I say, who's going to do the ass modeling on the calendar without Alfie? And so Alfie appears out of the mist and goes, Aidyn, keep my name out of your fucking podcast. And I'm like, not in Athens, the podcast coming up.
Guys,
What
Alfie,
can you say?
if we knew you were listening, we would have shouted you out earlier, babe.
Now Alfie wants to come on the pod.
Okay, not everyone can come on
Yeah,
the
no,
pod.
exactly. I was like,
Also, Alex, sorry, Alfie, but Alex said no more guests. You're very gassy. Are you okay?
because I've just put like coffee on an empty stomach. It's acidic, you know. I haven't eaten anything today.
That's actually not true because I just watched you eat a croissant.
Wow. Exposed on the pod.
Well, I just think it's a really toxic narrative to pretend you're not eating all day when you're fucking stuffing croissants in your face.
Oh my God. Sorry, I know you got some notes there. Do you want to talk about some things? I'm trying to think, did I do Athens justice? Was there anything I'm missing?
I don't know, but hopefully you'll just cut it and insert it with clips of me telling funny anecdotes like you did about my trip to Portugal.
Like I said, sourdough bagel making and my stupid story about actually being good at my job both got cut from this week's ep. So
That makes me feel better. I've got a big update.
tell me.
Do you want to see my before and after pictures of my jaw?
Yeah.
So, just a reminder for everyone that wasn't listening, I've got a whole teeth thing going on. Can't even be bothered to get into it.
We've been on this TMJ journey.
We've been on the journey, but I had to get the Botox to stop the grinding, bloody
Yeah.
blah. So I go for my second treatment, and she's like taking the photos, and I look at the screen, and I'm like, oh my God, not that camera again. And then she's like, oh, I can really see a difference, blah, 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 blah. Because obviously she's trying to sell this as a fucking face slimming surgery to me.
Yeah, she's trying to milk you for more.
Anyway, so I request the photos myself. But like, it is quite interesting. I think I look older and saggier now, but like, no one told me my jaw was fucking hench.
No, but you know what always gets me with these photos? Okay, I see it more here. The thing is
Quite
like
funny, isn't it?
the angle of the camera is just a little slightly different in both of
Yeah,
them.
so do you think she's doing it on purpose?
I don't want to, but I always
I'm not in it. I don't think my face looks different.
like the slightest amount of angle change can make the jaw look. So this is out of focus.
My sister was like, it's giving banned dog breed.
Sedona not holding back at all.
Okay, I get it. You don't want me to fucking live in Leighton and you think I've got a fat face.
That's exactly what I said. Can we talk about Short and Sweet?
What's that?
The Sabrina, fuck me.
Yes.
It's not Short and Sweet, it's Man's Best Friend, is what the album is called.
Best friend. That's a stupid name.
That's what I'm trying to figure out with this thing was like, I was like, oh, it's going to be a concept album, right? Because she had the big release of the cover art, and then the first song, Man Child, is what I told you the other day. She's singing from this POV of like a weary woman who's lived decades of life with like a husband who never...
And like 5 kids and blah, blah, blah.
And she's a year younger than I am. I have
Mama.
yet to live the life of my husband won't empty the dishwasher, you know?
It's like on Love Island when they go in their like intro video. Hi, I'm so-and-so. I've been single for 10 years. And they're like 25.
I think it's impressive that she was able to have cover art, that she was able to generate cover art controversy.
Oh, she needed it because we listened to the album. Sorry to sound old, but it was the same fucking song for 40 minutes.
We are in a desert of hooks. Where are the hooks? My God, give us a hook. Fire Jack Antonoff.
He's working on it.
Yeah. He did the last Dua album. He did the last Taylor album. He did this. Like, every last pop girl album that sounded really homogenous. And
Is him
Yeah.
Olivia Rodrigo, or would that be conflict of interest?
She's got, she worked with the big guy from 9 Inch Nails. Oh, what is his name? Trent Reznor.
Okay, this is actually the thing, because I really go in on you for not being interested in comedy and theatre. But your comedy and theatre is music.
Yeah.
Because I literally wouldn't occur to me. So, like, Jack Antonoff is what, producing the album? Mm-hmm. I would never think who's the... Like, for me, I understand what you're talking about when it comes to, like, theatre or comedy. I'm like, oh, well, I knew who this writer was and blah, blah, blah. Okay,
Yeah.
he does have a hobby. I take it back.
Well, it's you just think, okay, she's like the figurehead of it and is contributing to the songs, but the guy who's going to build the sound here is going to be the producer, which is Jack Antonoff, who is just like, I feel like, I don't know, when I was listening to the album, I so badly wanted, and I felt like we kind of got it a little bit later with the house tour song, but I'm like, I wanted to kind of grab me by the throat with like a beat and a melody and a hook and a chorus and a pre-chorus.
It's getting late. I need a singer.
That's Jack Antonoff in the studio.
It's getting late.
Oh, it is so dull. The first half of the album is just like country crossover. There's no, also...
It did really merge into one, didn't it?
Yeah.
But that, for me, Olivia Rodrigo Sour, apart from that one song, the whole album. I love it, but it is the
It
same
all sounds the same. Because it's been sold to us as this big cohesive moment of the album, I don't get if she's angry at useless men, if she's heartbroken, or if she's horny. And like, fair enough, you can be all three.
Thank you.
You can be all three. But I think if she wanted it to be all three, she could have had more fun with like clearly kind of making a progression. Like if I was going to do that, I'd be like, all right, let's start with the heartbroken. Let's move to the angry and end with the horny, you know? And like then we have sort of we're taking on a journey.
I'm just impressed by you right now.
I need to become a music producer.
Or a music critic.
Music critic. Go work for Pitchfork. Do you know who Terry Richardson is?
Nope.
He was a photographer in the US, became quite big in the mid-2000s. He kind of brought back that like 70s blown up, washed out kind of look.
Yes.
That album cover is sort of trying to recreate the sort of Terry Richardson aesthetic, but then he got in a ton of trouble because he was like sexually abusing all his models, which we found out after he'd done a couple of Vogue covers.
Okay, I think maybe I have heard of this person.
So it's also kind of interesting that like...
Wait, did he do the album cover?
No, but it's like, it's that kind of style, I think, if you were to people who are visually literate to like what all these different references are, could be like, oh, so we've taken Terry Richardson and made it Wine Mom.
Heard it here first once again.
And I mean, and I'll say it again, it's pretty impressive she was able to have, you know, a cover art controversy at the same time that like the US decided to bomb Iran. So, you know,
Convenient.
Convenient.
Joe Cross would say.
There's my conspiracy theory starting. All right, I'll stop dunking on Sabrina. She's fine.
I'm just looking at my notes. I think before you came round on Wednesday, I thought that I'd accidentally sniffed a fruit fly up my nose and I didn't know where it was, and I wrote that down.
It's been a really active week.
Really not done much.
Here in Headley House, guys.
I'll tell you who has done stuff though. My mum and my sister were filming.
Tell me about this. Tell me about this.
I can't tell you all of the story. I can only tell you the teaser. So, my mum's dad was adopted, and my mum was really close to her dad, and he died when she was quite young. I think she was like 20 when her dad died. He knew he was adopted, but he never knew like anything about his birth parents. And then we were with my great granny, so the woman who adopted him. It's not even that straightforward, but for the sake of the story, the woman that adopted him. And I remember, like, I feel like I was maybe like 10, and she was telling my mum this story, and she was saying, so he like, he was very lucky, he got adopted into this like very wealthy, like middle class family, worked in the family business, like in the wool trade, and like traveled around, but like he loved the arts, he loved theatre, he loved film. I think he honestly lost a lot of the family money investing in film companies and stuff like that. Anyway, she was telling us this story that when my granddad was like 16, she was like, for your birthday, like pick a show, like we'll go to London, pick whatever show you want. So he picked this show. They went to see it, and there was this main actor who was called Cyril Raymond. He's in a very famous film called Brief Encounter. My granddad was just like totally captivated by him, like thought he was amazing, wouldn't stop talking about him. And she was like, yeah, and I sat and I watched them and I could see the similarities, but like I never told him that was his dad. So his dad was this very famous actor, and he'd gone to see him totally by chance, but for some reason, they never told him. I don't know why.
So your great-grandmother never told your grandfather?
Yeah, that was his real dad.
His real father
who
was.
His real parents were.
Wow. Wait, was there a reason why?
I don't know. I think that's also something maybe we don't, like, couldn't understand. Like, because he knew he was adopted. So, like, what would the harm have been in telling him? From there, my mum decided that she wanted to find out who his family were. Yeah, his parents had basically met when they were on his tour, had this affair, came back. She found out she was pregnant, but she didn't tell him because he was married. And so she gave him up for adoption. But at the point of giving him up for adoption, she wrote to Cyril Raymond, who was the father, and just said, like, I don't need anything from you, but I just want you to know that you have a son. And he wrote back and was like, if you told me at the time, like, it might have been different. My marriage was breaking down, but actually I've now remarried and I have a son and blah, blah, blah. So yes, anyway, my mum and Luke, who is my sister's friend, who she has a film company with, they're making film about it. And they are currently fundraising for their film. So guys, go check it out. They can go on Indiegogo and look up Briefest Encounter. I think you can do like £5 up to like 10,000. So, you know, babes, you should come to the screening in Bath.
I absolutely will, 100%.
So there's your plug, Mum.
Have you seen the thing with all the SNL cast members leaving and getting fired?
No.
At the end of season 50.
Tell us about that.
Well, so apparently, I mean, Lord knows the quality of SNL has dropped like a stone in the last 3, 5, 6 years. My thing is like, is the cast the problem, or is it whoever's head writer of SNL is the problem? Because there's a lot of talented performers on camera there who are like, if they had better material, they would be burning down the house.
Give them something to work with. I went to watch the film about SNL, like about the first ever episode.
Oh, it looks...
Yawn.
It looked so...
It was so boring.
Nothing like it makes my skin crawl more than when like SNL alums get all misty-eyed about sort of the
good old days,
and how SNL is so important, and it like all like how sort of noble it is. It's like, no, it's like a pretty bad live sketch show. Like, obviously legendary people have come through it, and there has been, you know, it has platformed some amazing comedic talent, but like wholesale, it's pretty dreadful. Let's be honest, guys.
I can't wait. I think that British SNL is going to be awful. I think it's going to be it's going to be Grace Campbell. It's going to be your fucking guy, isn't it? It's going to be all of the like, just like trashy TikTokers.
I had like I felt like great. Full array of emotions at the idea of seeing Christopher Hall on British SNL. I will kill
You and Sedona are going to have a meltdown having to watch that.
You're going to have to like put Sedona and I in some kind of like hospice situation with each other.
I think Friday the 13th is in October. I saw a thing that said this year Halloween will fall on Friday the 13th for the first time in 666 years. But I just don't think that can be true.
Well, if it's the 31st, how does it land on the 13th?
Not once when I misinterpreted that, thought about it later and retold it, did I think about the fact that Halloween isn't on the 13th.
This is just a funny scene from when our first night in Athens. We got off the metro and I like desperately need to pee, and we've landed near the Acropolis, so it's a very touristy restaurant area. And I try 3 different restaurants to go and pee in.
Do you ask?
No, I get stopped. The first time, I'm like, oh, can I use the bathroom? And the woman goes, no, it's out of order. And I'm like, okay, thinking like you've got a restaurant full of people and your bathroom isn't working. I go next door, I try the other one.
That's quite a good comeback from her though, isn't it?
Quick.
Because if you say, no, you can't, then yeah, that person is probably going to argue because they're bold enough to ask. If you just say it's out of order, what on earth are you going to say to that?
So then I try next door and the guy goes, where are you going? And I was like, I'm just going to use the bathroom. And he's like, oh, no, it's for customers only. It's like, oh, no, I'm here. Just join my friends outside there. I'm just going to need to pee real quick. He's like, no, we can go and sit you down and you can order something and then you can use the bathroom. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Let me pee.
When that happens, how do you then feel/react?
Annoyed. And a little bit like I've been told off by like a teacher.
Yeah, I wouldn't like it. But then I would be like, fuck you, which would be inappropriate.
It's probably a good thing I didn't say fuck you to this person. But
definitely a good thing.
I ended up pissing down an alley. So Athens.
At least you can piss down the alley.
Yeah.
Sorry to bring up the gender inequality gap once again. But what am I going to do? Get my fucking fanny out? No. Well, maybe.
Name of ep. What am I going to do? Get my fucking fanny out.
Okay, we need to like bring it back around for a bit of an ending.
Well, I want to have a shout out to Hamish, friend of the pod, Hamish.
Friend of the pod. Hi, Hamish.
And I cut this from this week's ep, but guys, I did make it to the housewarming.
Oh, naughty.
And had a lovely time. And I'm not going to say their names But thank you so much for having me.
Not for inviting you, but for having you.
For letting me past your door. And did Lindsay try and start some shit in the group chat with that episode?
But they liked it.
But that was the thing, exactly. Well, that's what I think was funny, was her trying to my shit up by being like, I'm gonna send them the podcast and be like, Aidyn's been bitching about you. And then both of them come to me and be like, that's so funny. And also this really like raised my spirits today. So nice try, bit. I might cut that in. I'm so sick of Gay Misc. I'm not fucking invited to Cyprus. Duncan on my podcast trying to get me in trouble all the time. I'm quitting.
Also, no offense, but if you're sick of Gay Misc, how do you think all the fucking listeners who aren't part of Gay Misc and don't know what
guys,
Gay
you're
Misc
in luck
feel?
because it's off the docket now.
No, because then we'll lose 75% of our
true.
listeners. Okay, you can leave Gay Misc and I'll enter.
Okay, yeah, I like that trade-off. Perfect.
Guys, will you have me?
Add Skye. I'm sick of all of you.
Well, thanks for listening, ladies and germs. Say bye, Jeremy.
Bye. Bye, germs. Bye.